This video is for AQA A-Level Business Studies, and it's a video to summarise the topics of 3.8. So that includes 3.8.1 and 3.8.2. So I'll be considering the major theories, the concepts, the diagrammatical aspects, and how it could be used within examination answers. So 3.8 considers strategy. And it's focused on how best to achieve a competitive advantage, and it refers to strategic direction and strategic positioning in identifying what markets to operate and how to operate. So to begin with, we're going to be looking at Ansoff Matrix. Now, Ansoff Matrix is a strategic planning tool that helps businesses determine their product and market growth strategy. It was developed by Igor Ansoff, who was a Russian-American mathematician and business theorist in 1957. So when we say a new market, this new market could be a geographic location, so accessing customers maybe never previously targeted, or even digitally via E and M commerce. And when we consider new product, it often involves innovation. So by using the Ansoff Matrix, what we are considering is the ability to evaluate risk and benefits of each growth strategy and choose the best one that fits the company's goals and their resources. So, market penetration. This strategy involves increasing sales of existing products in existing markets. So this can be achieved through marketing efforts such as advertising or sales promotion, or even by improving customer service and satisfaction. Market development. This strategy involves introducing existing products but into brand new markets. So this can be achieved by entering, for example, geographic regions, as I mentioned before, expanding distribution channels, or just simply targeting new customer segments with those products. Product development. This strategy involves developing new products for existing markets, and this can be achieved through R&D, product innovation, or by acquiring new technologies. And then we've got diversification. So this strategy involves developing new products for new markets, and this can be achieved by acquiring or merging with another company, or by investing in new products or market research. And diversification is often used to spread that risk. Now, when we're talking about risk, obviously, when we're bringing in new elements of that growth to gain that competitive advantage, that increases the risk. So if it's, for example, product development, because it's a new product, there's risk. If it's market development, because it's a new market, there's risk. With market penetration, because it's existing, there's less and reduced risk involved. With diversification, because it's a brand new product with a brand new market, that is the ultimate risk. Next, what we've got is Porter's generic strategies. Now, the framework is developed by Michael Porter, a Harvard Business School professor and renowned strategy expert, in his 1985 book, A Competitive Advantage: Creating and Sustaining Superior Performance. So, mass and niche markets. Now, mass and niche markets, two different types of markets that businesses can target when developing their marketing strategies. So the main difference between the two are as follows. Market size. Mass markets are large and consist of a wide range of customers who have diverse needs and preferences. In contrast, niche markets are smaller and more focused on a specific customer segment or demographic. Customer needs. In mass markets, customers have similar needs and preferences, which can be met with a standardized product or service. Whilst in a niche market, customers have unique needs and preferences, which require a customized or specialized product or service. If we discuss marketing, well, in mass markets, businesses often use broad marketing strategies to reach a wide audience. In contrast, niche markets, they use targeted marketing strategies to reach a specific customer group. So, when we're looking at these different strategies that are involved, we've got cost leadership, and this strategy involves producing and delivering products or services at a lower cost than competitors. Now, obviously, this cost leadership is in a mass market, so you can imagine it's quite competitive. So what we're trying to do is we're still trying to compete and maintain a reasonable level of quality, but just simply at a reduced cost. So by doing so, businesses can offer products at lower prices and still earn profits. Now, to achieve this, it's all to do with focusing on operational efficiency, cost control, and supply chain optimization. It's that ability to achieve economies of scale. Then we've got focus. Now, focus This strategy involves focusing on a specific market segment, niche, or customer group and tailoring products or services to meet their specific needs. So by doing so, businesses can achieve higher customer loyalty and profitability within the chosen segment. So to achieve focus, businesses need to understand the specific needs and preferences of the target market and design products or services accordingly, and that helps to differentiate that focus. If they were looking at it from a point of view of still specifically targeting a small group of customers, but doing so via cost, then it'd be cost focus. And then that leaves us with differentiation. Now, differentiation, this strategy involves offering unique or differentiated products or services that are perceived as superior by customers. So by doing so, businesses can charge a premium price for their product or service, adding value and achieving that higher profit margin. So to achieve differentiation, business needs to focus on product innovation, branding and customer service. And it's making sure that you have that unique selling point in that mass market. There's also stuck in the middle. Now, stuck in the middle is not advisable because it kind of means that you're average at all of these strategies. You're not really prioritizing or specializing in one, and therefore you're not really going to advance over competitors and you're not going to gain that competitive advantage. Right, the final concept that we are going to look at is Bowman's strategic clock, and this is a tool used in business strategy to help analyze competitive positioning in a market. It was developed by Bowman in the 1980s as an extension of the Ansoff Matrix. So Bowman's strategic clock is often considered to be more comprehensive than the Ansoff Matrix because it takes into account both price and perceived value, whereas Ansoff Matrix focuses primarily on just product and market development. So the clock is divided into 8 segments, each representing a different strategic position that a business can take based on its price and perceived value. The segments divided into 2 categories, those that have high perceived value and those that offer low perceived value. So number 1, low price and low value added. The strategy is about quantity selling. The product or service are low in value and the price point is the lowest possible. The combination makes it the least competitive area on the strategic clock. However, not to say it's not successful. Number 1 could still be successful because there is still a need. Customers recognize that it's a low price, but they also say that the product quality is low, so it doesn't mean that it's not value for money. In fact, customers might see it as just quite a cheap option. And if they do not believe the product is maybe deserving of a higher price just because of the industry that it's in or the type of product it is, and customers just would see it as a waste of money spending any more, even if it is slightly higher quality, then I suppose that justifies why some customers might go to, for example, Poundland or discount shops because they know what they are getting for their money. Now, number 2 is low price, but if we think about the perceived value, it's higher than 1. So as the name suggests, it's a strategy about becoming the lowest cost option for buyers in the marketplace. It's a strategy that can have low margins, so process efficiency and cost reduction is key for it to be successful. With this strategy, you're aiming for higher quantity levels, otherwise you can end up with low sales and low price, which is a fatal combination. Then we've got hybrid. The hybrid position sits between low price and differentiation. It's around ensuring the price is competitive, ideally with a low perceived value from buyers, whilst promoting the added value aspects of the product. The success of this hybrid strategy comes down to the balance between cost and differentiation, attempting to maximise each whilst maintaining good margins. So what we see here with the hybrid is the value that is being added or perceived is getting greater, but the price is still considered to be low. Then we have differentiation at 4. Now, this is where business focuses on differentiating their product or service from competitors by adding higher perceived value. The strategy has a wide spectrum from full product diversity through to unique features within a core product. Then we've got focused differentiation. It's about providing higher value at higher price. It's not to be confused with Porter's generic strategies of the same name, which talks about going into, for example, a niche market. This is different. It's a different theory, so try not to get them mixed up. So when successfully done, this strategy provides high profits, but can be difficult to maintain. And usually branding is absolutely essential for it to succeed. If you've got a brand which is prestigious, then you should be able to do it. Then you've got 6, which is risky high margins. Any strategy that has this name, risky, in it, probably means you understand your option before you embark on it. So you can see here that I've circled this area because this grey patch suggests that is it advisable? Should a company be really operating within these areas? Probably not. The main thrust of the strategy, though, is to go in for a high price point without any perceived added value. And you might question, well, why would a customer buy it then? And that's the problem. Customers do not perceive it as high value added, and they pay the price, then they will quickly switch and there'll be a lack of repeat purchase. So if a customer, for whatever reason, buys it in the first place, you can be sure that they will not buy it again. So you're banking on a good brand in order to pull this strategy off, as often buyers will pay more for a known brand. But if they start to, that loyalty will start to wear off if the company does not justify that price. There has been criticism of companies that have, for example, suffered from strategic drift, where they believe that they can just live off their brand image, and they've quickly been found out. And unfortunately, when you've got disruptors in the market that can offer better and greater perceived value, they will overtake them in terms of competitiveness. Then you got 7, monopoly pricing. So in monopoly markets, a single company controls the product and pricing, so other factors such as price points, value, or competitors play less of a factor. Of course, all monopolies can come to an end, so these companies still need to keep an eye on their external factors, and you also have to question how the perception of the customer will be of these monopolies. If these customers know that they are getting ripped off, and they believe that the only reason that this is taking place is because there's a lack of government intervention, then it doesn't really help their brand image. They might be forced to pay for it at the time, but as soon as competition comes in or as soon as governments intervene, customers will remember. And then finally, we've got the loss of market share. And this is obviously the worst position to be in, and suggests that the company is exiting the market or is in decline. It may be that they have chosen this strategy as part of a move to newer markets, or it may be forced upon them due to getting their price or market fit incorrect, but it's not sustainable.